Imagine this. You buy a brand new condo in Miami and then discover your HOA fees are over $1,000 a month. Surprising, right? What are condo fees really made of, and why are they rising so much in Florida? Here's the truth. These fees impact everyone. Young families buying their first home and investors who plan to rent those units out. Understanding what's included and why costs are shifting is key if you want to make the right move in today's market. Stay with me because I'm going to break it down step by step so you'll know exactly what to expect before you buy or invest. And at the end, I'll show you how to get a free copy of my book, Miami's PreConstruction Blueprint, packed with real examples of Miami towers and strategies for both buyers and investors. Let's get started. When you buy a new condo or a pre-construction tower in Miami, you'll almost always come across a term that can sound intimidating: HOA fees, or condominium association fees. But what are they really, and why do they matter so much, especially in the newest buildings? Let's break it down. These monthly fees aren't just for the nice extras. They cover both necessities and lifestyle services that keep the building running smoothly. Typically, they include things like maintenance of common areas, pools, gyms, gardens, hallways, elevators, even the lobby decor and cleaning, staffing, 24/7 security, front desk concierge, valet parking, and maintenance crews who keep everything functioning, insurance, building-wide coverage, and liability insurance, something that protects every owner in the event of a problem, utilities, parts of your bill like water, garbage collection, or electricity in shared areas are already baked into the HOA fee. Reserve funds, money set aside for future major repairs, replacing a roof, updating plumbing or electrical systems, or reinforcing structures. Now here's where it gets interesting. In new luxury towers, where you'll find spa-style wellness centers, rooftop lounges, high-tech gyms, and even co-working spaces, these fees naturally rise. You're not just paying for a home, you're paying for a lifestyle. But for investors, those same amenities can make your condo more attractive to renters. A young couple looking to rent their first place in Miami is more likely to choose a tower with modern features, even if the rent reflects those higher fees. So yes, the fees can seem higher compared to simpler buildings. But in new towers, they're also designed to prevent the surprise big bills that often hit owners in older condos. Think of it as you're paying a predictable monthly cost now, instead of facing unexpected expenses later. To really understand why HOA fees are climbing in Florida, we need to look back at 2021, the tragic collapse of Champlain Towers South in Surfside. That event exposed how some older condos weren't keeping up with structural maintenance or saving enough in reserves. Florida responded with new statewide laws designed to protect owners and buildings. And while they add safety, they also add costs. Here are the big changes. Mandatory structural reserve studies. Every building with 3 or more stories must do a study every 10 years, called a Structural Integrity Reserve Study, or SIRS. This looks at roofs, plumbing, electrical systems, exterior windows, waterproofing. Basically all the critical elements. No more waiving reserves. Associations can't skip or underfund reserves for these key components. Money must be set aside every year. Higher repair threshold. Any building component that would cost over $25,000 to replace now has to be included in the reserve study. Before, the threshold was $10,000. Greater transparency. Reserve study reports and inspection summaries must be available, HOA budgets must reflect them, and owners have the right to review these numbers. Recent updates, HB 913 and others 2025. To soften the blow, Florida allowed some flexibility. Buildings can use loans or lines of credit for big repairs and extend certain deadlines. So, what does this mean for you? Whether you're a young couple planning to live in your new condo or an investor planning to rent it out, buildings must save more today to avoid emergencies tomorrow, and that savings shows up directly in your monthly HOA fees. And remember, if you stay with me until the end, you'll see how this plays out in real numbers for both buyers and investors. Plus, I'll show you how to get your free digital copy of Miami's pre-construction blueprint, where I go deeper into these laws, reserves, and real examples. Okay, Let's talk numbers. What should you realistically expect to pay in monthly HOA fees here in Miami? Based on recent projects I've seen, here are the ranges. In new, mid-range towers, with amenities like a modern lobby, a modest pool, a gym, and security, HOA fees typically run between 70 cents and $1.10 per square foot. For a 1,000 square foot condo, that's $700 to $1,100 per month. In new luxury towers with full amenities, spa, sky lounge, state-of-the-art gym, co-working spaces, terraces, valet staff, event lounges, the range is on average around $1.20 to $1.50 per square foot, or maybe higher. That same 1,000 square foot condo could now mean $1,200 to $1,500 monthly fees. In older buildings, especially those 30 plus years old with fewer amenities, you might see fees as low as about 50 cents to 80 cents per square foot. But here's the catch. Many of these condos didn't save enough for reserves. That means owners often get hit with special assessments. Those sudden, unexpected bills for repairs like roofs, elevators, or concrete restoration. These special assessments can sometimes reach significant amounts, which may be due on short notice. Now, add to this the trend. Across Florida, HOA fees have jumped 15 to 25% in recent years. Why? Rising insurance premiums, construction costs, inflation, and of course, the new legal requirements we talked about in Section 2. For young couples buying to live, imagine a condo between 800 and 1,200 square feet in a new mid-range tower. You're looking at around $600 to $1,200 a month in fees depending on size, location, and what's included. For investors, these numbers matter even more. HOA fees directly impact your rental yield. A $1,200 monthly fee could sound steep, but if it helps you attract high-paying tenants who want luxury amenities, it can still make sense. On the flip side, a lower fee in an older building might seem attractive, but the risk of unexpected assessments could destroy your cash flow. The bottom line, HOA fees aren't just a line item. They can strongly impact your lifestyle budget and your investment returns. Now that you know what condo fees are, why they've been going up, and the typical ranges you'll find in Miami, let's talk strategy. Here are 5 smart moves that can help you avoid being surprised. Whether you're a couple buying your first home or an investor planning to rent it out, always get a full breakdown. Don't just ask, what's the HOA fee? Ask what it covers. Insurance, maintenance, amenities, utilities, and most importantly, reserves. Review the reserve studies and inspection reports. If it's an existing building, ask to see the latest reports. If it's pre-construction, request the developer's projected budget. Compare apples to apples. In the same neighborhood, 2 towers with similar locations may have very different fees. Think long-term, not just month to month. A higher monthly fee may sound painful at first, but if it means strong reserves and no surprise special assessments, it could actually protect your budget or your rental cash flow in the long run. Work with professionals. This isn't something to guess at. A realtor who specializes in pre-construction and knows the latest laws can explain the fine print and help you make the right call. At the end of the day, the strategy is simple. Treat HOA fees not as an obstacle, but as a key part of your investment decision. They're part of what protects your property, your lifestyle, and your returns. Let's summarize. HOA and condo fees are more than just a bill. They cover maintenance, insurance, staff, amenities, and most importantly, reserves that keep the building safe for years to come. Florida's new laws after Surfside mean structural studies, mandatory reserves, higher thresholds for repairs, and full transparency. This protects owners, but also makes monthly fees higher than before. In newer towers, especially luxury projects, expect fees in the $0.70 to $1.50 per square foot range, while older buildings may look cheaper but carry hidden risks like sudden assessments. For buyers and investors alike, the smart move is to do your homework. Review budgets, ask for reserve studies, compare buildings, and anticipate costs before you sign. The takeaway, HOA fees aren't a reason to walk away. They're a key part of protecting your investment, your lifestyle, and your peace of mind. Thanks for staying with me until the end. And as promised, you can download a free digital copy of my book, Miami's Pre-Construction Blueprint. Just use the QR code on screen or the link below, and I'll send it to you. Inside, you'll find real strategies, timelines, and negotiation tips that both buyers and investors can use to succeed in Miami's pre-construction market. I'm Guillermo Teran, and I help buyers and investors make smart, confident real estate decisions. Check out these other videos for more insights and visit my website to book your free strategy session. Let's make your Miami investment a success.